Coming to you live from the Cowboys headquarters in Frisco. Deep in the heart of Texas, it's the Star at Night.
Wow, dramatic much?
Why are you getting in the way of my intro?
You mean our intro? We're your hosts. I'm Kelsey Charles.
And I'm David Hellman.
Okay, let's just start this show now.
What is up, party people? It's another wonderful day here at the Star in Frisco.
Is it the weekend yet?
No,
No?
I'm excited to talk about this football game.
Hi.
We're trying to get
No,
to.
I'm ready to watch it. I'm excited to watch the football
Kelsey
game.
Charles, David Hellman, you're watching another episode of the Star at Night. We are so pumped to break down this weekend's game that Dave is obviously very much looking forward to. So, you want to go ahead and dive in?
Can I be real with you for a sec?
When are you not?
This is bad TV. I found out today Dak Prescott's playing, and I just care a lot less about what the Denver Broncos bring to the table.
Okay.
Dak's playing. I'm feeling good.
He's just like already got the win in the win column.
Yes, I do.
All right,
Writing it
well,
in pen.
for the rest of us who would like to educate ourselves on what it's going to take to actually get that dub, let's go ahead and dive in because there are a couple factors at play that the Dallas Cowboys definitely need to make sure they address come Sunday. First one being, Teddy Bridgewater. Hey, a lot of people said that, the Cowboys are going to have no problem because the Broncos have thrown the towel. But you know what? I think this man has something to say about that. He's got over 1,900 passing yards and 13 touchdowns for this season. I had to look at my notes because I was like, is that for real? But it's not bad.
It's not bad, which, ironically, I just said, like, if Dak's playing, I feel fine. Teddy out-dueled Dak the last time they played when Teddy was with the New Orleans Saints. That was a way better Saints team. I am curious.
That was some voodoo, though.
Yeah, exactly. They held the Cowboys to 10 points. That ain't happening in this game. I am interested, though. Teddy Bridgewater got some weapons back that he hasn't had. Jerry Jeudy's going to be part of this game. He's been on IR. He came back last week. I'm not worried.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it.
Well, I actually do want to talk about those weapons a little bit more because Jerry Jeudy and then Cortland Sutton, who is the SMU alum going back to his city. You say you're not worried about it. Jerry Jeudy's been out for a couple weeks with a high ankle sprain. But you know what? Like, I'm not going to scoff at them. So tell me what this defense does have to face with these two on the field, though.
I mean, so here's the thing, and I do think this is important, and the Cowboys were so good at it last week. It's not the giving up long balls that worries me. It's the catch underneath and the extending the plays, catching 12, 15-yard passes and turning them into 30, 40-yard gains. They've struggled with that. I think Jeudy and Sutton can both hurt him in that way. I think they got to be on their P's and Q's.
All right, so last quickly for you, running backs, they got a couple in the backfield that are pretty decent at what they do. Are you worried?
No. All right, Why
are we laughing?
I hate to be this guy, but I am a fantasy owner of Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams, and I'm not worried. They haven't done anything all year.
What does it say about your GM ownership skills?
It means that my starters, Nick Chubb and frickin' David Montgomery, got hurt, and I'm stuck scrambling here. They're good players. Javonte Williams was drafted really highly. I think he's a good player, but I see it every week. They don't do much to scare me. So famous last words, right? But I'm not worried.
Well, I want to switch gears here for a minute and talk about the defense because I'm still salty about them taking my mans. I mean, listen,
Are
Micah
you?
Parsons, I'm
Are
actually
you?
not that salty. Sorry, Micah.
Do you want to switch? Say it.
No,
say it right
I don't
now.
wanna
Say you
switch.
want to switch.
I do not want to switch. Stop
Okay.
putting words in my mouth. But you know what? The Broncos did go ahead and switch out with their all-pro Pro Bowler, defensive end, and Von Miller isn't on the team anymore. How different is this Broncos defense?
I actually asked Terrence Steele about that today. I was like, what was your reaction to that? He was like, no, I wanted to go against him, which I get it. You're a competitor. I'm just like, I bet you weren't that upset about it, Terrence. I bet you weren't. I don't know. It's the back end for me. Justin Simmons is a hell of a safety. They drafted Patrick Surtain. Vic Fangio, Brandon Staley's his disciple. This is a team that kind of builds through the back. I think you're going to see a lot of too-high safety. This is a game where the running game is going to matter for the Cowboys. It's the secondary, really, for me, because you trade off Von Miller. No disrespect to those guys, but I don't think this is a team that should be able to take advantage of the Cowboys up front.
All right, well, let's talk about the Cowboys up front a little bit more. We're going to break down what this O-line situation is going to look like come Sunday, so go ahead and stay with us. All right, Dave, so we all know I love a good big boy, and we're going to talk about them this segment. I can't help myself. Anyways.
That's the innuendo. Okay, just go. Frisco. Just it's on the internet anyway. We're not on TV today.
Totally fine. Bleep that out or something.
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
But I do want to break down this O-line a little bit further. It's a lot of a topic of conversation this week. Tyron Smith is looking like he's probably not going to play this weekend. Bone spur is what they are saying. So what is the drop-off between Tyron Smith, and are we hearing who is actually going to be taking over his position?
I love when they do our jobs for us because Dak Prescott and Terrence Steele weren't even trying to hide it today. They were just like, yeah, Terrence Steele's going to play left tackle for Tyron, and Lyle Collins is going to move back into his spot at right tackle, which is a little bit surprising for me just because Lyle is the veteran player. He played left tackle in college, but as anybody inside the organization will tell you, Terrence Steele played left tackle at training camp. He's flipped back and forth a little bit more recently than LC has, so it makes sense.
All right, so I do want to talk about LC a little bit more. He's only started one game in the past 2 seasons. Are we concerned at all about the level of play he's going to bring to the field? Do you think there's going to be a drop-off? Honestly, is there that much of a drop-off between him and Terrence Steele at this point? I feel like it's something we can start asking.
I think, and we are asking, and the answer that we're getting is not by a whole lot. Like maybe LC is the better overall player, but I don't think the gap is as big as a lot of us probably thought. Am I worried about how little he's played? No, because he played against Tampa, which is one of the most ferocious pass rushes in the NFL, and he played really well. I think Dak got sacked once in that game, but they were able to keep him upright. And let's be honest, they just traded away Von Miller. This Denver pass rush is not star-studded. I think he'll be fine.
All right, so let me ask you this. When Tyron does come back, where is Collins going to be on the line?
Don't ask me this.
I just did.
I don't know. I mean, it sure seems like they're invested in Terrence Steele as a starter. I wonder if maybe, again, they don't need him right now because Tyron is hurt, but when Tyron is back, maybe you're talking about left guard again. Maybe LC goes back to playing left guard. Look, the Hulk package against Minnesota was fun, but I think you might want to try to find a bigger use for Lyle Collins when everybody's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that package had me, wow, that's going to sound weird. Anyways,
you did, like, are you,
I was about to say
this on purpose? You have a bet with somebody?
I don't.
Did you bet somebody $10?
I don't.
Say 10 dirty things.
I do not. But I do want to ask you though, genuinely, this was so fun to see, and I think it had a lot of people feeling some type of way. So, but I do have to ask. It makes me beg the question: is Terrence Steele, is he a starter for the rest of the season?
I kind of think he is. Yes, I'm willing to say that. Like when Tyron's healthy, I think he goes back to the right side, and that's my point. Is you're probably looking for more for LC to do than just play wishbone fullback or whatever the hell you want to call the Hulk package. I think you probably are talking about a competition at left guard when everybody's healthy. How that plays out, I'm not so sure.
Okay, last quick question for you because I want to dive in just really quickly a little bit more. Connor Williams. I mean, listen, this has been a position that you've seen him kind of moved around a little bit too. He does have that position flex. He's played different positions in college, and now again, when you have guys back in the mix, is he going to lose his spot with all of this shuffle?
I don't think we can say that just yet, especially right now because Tyron Smith isn't healthy. You're not, like, you got enough problems trying to figure that out without tinkering with guard. But when he's back, which the Cowboys don't think this is a long-term issue, when Tyron's back in the lineup, I do think that is something that they look at because, again, they started playing Lyle Collins at left guard last week, and Connor caught another flag in a crucial moment against Minnesota. If you keep doing that, 10 penalties on the season is a lot.
Yep. I'm
not saying he loses his job, but I am saying I think there's competition at that spot once Tyron's healthy again.
All right, well, I want to continue the competition with you because over under
competition
how many
to say inappropriate
innuendos I will honestly say in this show, but we do have a game of over under. We've been playing with you guys this season. We've got more of that coming up next.
It's my favorite time of the week. The heavy lifting is done, the weekend's on the horizon, and we get to make fun of you, our viewers. It's time, once again, for Under Review.
Mean.
I like to
Are
talk.
they still losing?
I like to talk trash. Yeah, they're getting their butts kicked. We're doing all right. Like, we're tied at the top of the standings.
Yeah.
Y'all suck at this.
Oh, no, I'm in first.
No,
above.
you're not.
No, I am because I'm named first.
Alphabetical order is crap. That's just Caden placating you because he
Sorry?
doesn't want to get texts from you afterward about.
As though I am winning. But
All I know for sure is that the fans are losing.
yeah, come on, guys.
We'll see if they can fix that. Let's start this thing off. We're going to get creative because we can't just be talking about the same Pro Bowlers over and over again. So
Sure.
I said it in an earlier segment. This is a game where I think the running game has a chance to make an impact. If you remember, Tony Pollard went over 100 yards against LA, which runs a similar scheme to Denver. So the question is simple. Tony Pollard, over under 59.5 rushing yards.
First of all, how dare you talk about my man's and not that he's a Pro Bowler? If the Cowboys go far in this season,
You think
and
Tony's a Pro Bowler?
he starts to continue. Yes, of course I do. Let's go.
Answer the question.
Give me the over. He's been averaging 56 a game, so I'll take it. Why not? Let's go for it.
I actually agree. Yeah, and the fans. I mean, again, I think this could be another week where the Cowboys flirt with 200 rushing yards. Plenty to go around. What about the Broncos? We mentioned Jerry Jeudy earlier in the show. He is back after an ankle sprain. Very pedestrian day against Washington last week, 39 yards. But this Cowboys defense has been susceptible to big plays. 74.5 over-under.
Unfortunately, I'm taking the over on this solely because of what you just said. This Cowboys defense has a ton of takeaways, but they are definitely susceptible to the big chunk play. I think Jerry Jeudy gets a few of them, and yeah, over.
I'm going under. I just have a feeling.
This is how I differentiate.
I just have a feeling. He's rusty. He's been out all season. Show me the fans. Let's go. Oh, actually, I hate agreeing
I was
with
going to
the
say, it's like
fans.
eternal optimism.
I don't like agreeing with the fans. It's because they're always wrong. Let's wrap this up with the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Let's get ready to rumble. Micah Parsons.
Over.
Over. 7.5. Caden, set a better line, my dude.
I mean, literally.
7.5.
Yeah, what can he do?
He almost had 7 tackles for loss last week.
Correct.
I think he's going to finish with 10 at least after what we saw last week. I bet you any money the fans agree.
Micah's a monster, and he's going to make every single person that talked about Patrick Surtain and being upset about losing to the Broncos eat their words, a.k.a. myself. So I am very much prepared to eat crow for the second week. Let's go. I've got the over.
Show me the fans. We knew, that might be the highest percentage we've had all season.
Who's picking the under in this? I need to know.
Nobody's betting against
What
the
more
defensive.
do you need?
Rookie of the year. He's going to win it. I called it right here in early November. We're on camera. Look at that. Hey, Kelsey.
So uncomfortable.
What? You're uncomfortable? You've been making me uncomfortable this entire show.
Well, you know what, guys? I'm uncomfortable because the show is ending and I'm sad about it. But thank you guys so much for joining us.
We'll be back next week.
Bye.